Alright, so we got the Astra Militarum here. We're going to be using the Planetstrike force organization. That gives me 6 heavy supports. And that's basically the thing. We have a Lord of War added here. So I got the Storm Sword here with the big Gatling cannons on it. It can hold 40 guys. 20 of them can shoot out of the vehicle. It is like a mobile bunker base. It's got 2 sponsons with the heavy flamers and las cannons and the heavy bolter in the hull. Inside there is going to be a platoon. I have a platoon command, and it's got a commander with a power sword, 3 melta guns, and a Vox. And then I have a 20-man combined infantry squad with flamer, 2 flamers and 2 Voxes. You guys are obviously in the bunker. The sergeants just have nothing, and then I have 2 missile launcher heavy weapon teams inside that tank also. So this whole contingent is inside the tank, the super heavy. I have a veteran squad. They have grenadier, so they have a 4+ armor save. There's a plasma gun in there. There's a melta gun in there. They have shotguns. There's a heavy bolter team in there, and I think they're, yeah, and a grenade launcher. So I got the 3 special weapons here. What you see is what you get, and a heavy bolter team right there. And all the rest of the dudes have shotguns, and they have a Chimera, just stock. Nothing added. I got a Ogren, 4-man Ogren squad. There's a priest that's joining that unit. So just 4 Ogrens. They're going to be on foot. And I got a whole bunch of tanks. I got 2 Vanquishers. These are all separate tanks. What you see is what you're getting for all these. So the sponsons are heavy bolters on this one. And over here, they're multi-melters. I got a Hellhound Flamer. What you see is what you get. I got 2 Eradicators separate. What you see is what you get there. One has a heavy flamer in the hull. The other one has a heavy bolter. I got an Exterminator with the heavy stubber and heavy bolter sponsons, and a battle tank, heavy bolter sponsons. So what you see is what you get right there. I got 2 Scout Sentinel squadrons. This one's a solo guy. He has a hunter killer missile and an autocannon. And this one is a squadron of 3 with multi-lasers. So 3 Scout Sentinels with multi-lasers. And that's 2,500 points of Astra Militarum. Here. So we got 2,500 points of Tau. The Tau are ambushing a Astra Militarum convoy that's trying to go reinforce the front from this Planetstrike campaign, and the Tau are definitely catching us off guard. We're trying to get from one place to the other, and they're going to be ambushing us from the, we're going to try to get through this riverbed. So you got your commander here.
That's my commander.
And you got some new drones here. Gun drones?
Well, those are going to be shield drones, but shield drones? Those are the new additions, so I just like the way they look.
Yeah, so. They definitely look good. Where are they? They were from a different company?
WarX minis.
Nice. For the greater good. And this guy is what we see is what we're getting here. We got some frag. Is that special frag?
Yep. He's got the burst cannon and the frag.
Fusion over here?
Yep. Oh, yeah, fusion gun, not a burst cannon.
All right. And he's not the flying dude, is he? Or is he the cold? He's not the cold storm.
No, he's not going to be flying today.
Jacked up commander.
Yep.
All right, and you got a ghost keel wing with 2.
That's the stealth cadre.
Stealth cadre.
Yep. Two ghost keels and 2 units of.
Now he came with 2
stealth suits.
Kind of driving him, like
and these are those shield drones for the ghost keels, right?
Yep.
These special
they were
ones.
just kind of standing on top.
All right, what else you got over here?
I got the rest of the hunter cadre, which the HQ is in. This is a unit of marker drones, 8 marker drones, a 7-man Pathfinder unit.
And they got all the marker lights.
Yeah, you're gonna have marker lights and all. I got a storm surge in the back.
The rest I think is fine. Yeah. The orcs, I'm like, okay, they look like orcs.
Yeah. Armed exactly as you see them.
I like the CAD they have.
And
also, other part of the hunter cadre is over here.
The hunter cadre is 3 units of 3 strike teams rather. One of which is a 10-man team, and the other 2 are both 5-man teams in Devilfish.
Yeah. But if you like playing mission ones, kind of like this,
and a Riptide,
and these have the disruption pods on them for the better saves, or any upgrades.
No, they have no upgrades.
No upgrades.
It's not competitive at all anymore.
Alright, what's this guy? He's part of the Hunter Cadre?
That Riptide is part of the Hunter Cadre.
With the burst cannon and smart missiles?
Burst cannon, smart missiles.
And then what do you got here? Riptide wing?
We got a Riptide wing in the middle.
What we see, what we're getting here with these weapons?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
It's not like War Machine or Kings of War where everything gets updated at the same time.
This guy's got fusion, looks like. Twin fusion on the hand and twin fusion.
Yeah, it's twin fusion everywhere.
All the way around.
Twin fusion everywhere.
Who cares? Like, this doesn't need to be competitive because it's a mission. Yeah,
exactly.
And we're at 2,500 points. We got a Hunter Cadre and 2 formations.
You don't like missions, it's hard.
The Stealth Cadre, right? And then the Riptide wing.
Correct.
Alright, looking good. Alright, so we got the ambush mission. So the Imperial Guard is supposed to try to get off the table edge. For every vehicle or unit they successfully can get off the edge will be worth 2 victory points. And the mission is victory points. So basically kill points. Whoever gets the most kills. So the towel will be coming on from the right and left sides here as we're going through this gauntlet, this dry riverbed through the valley. And we got the whole platoon, infantry platoon inside this super heavy. We got these veterans in the Chimera here. And my HQ is the Warlord right there with his Vanquisher on the left and his squadron mate on the right. And all these other tanks are individual tanks. The Ogrins and the Priests are oddly enough leading the way. Alright, so the Tau threw some firestorm attacks on the column. That's the first sign of battle we have. It is night fight, so it's right before the dawn. And this vehicle was the target of 6 firestorm attacks. A couple of them scattered wildly into the outside the riverbed area, but 2 had direct hits. One was a pen, one was a glance. Actually, no, on this one there was 2 glances, so it's taken 2 whole points of damage. It's down to 1 whole point remaining. This one suffered a penetrating hit, and it is shaken. It cannot shoot, but it will be able to move, so snap firing only. So that Lehman Russ battle tank is taking some hits. And there was a wild scatter onto this Hellhound. It took a penetrating hit, and it will not be able to fire. It can only move this turn. And everything else scattered or did not penetrate the armor, side armor. So we got some Tau units set up.
It's just that it's a blast that's a 4+8.
What's the big guy called? The
Storm Surge.
Storm Surge. Storm Surge is on. The Riptide from the Hunter Cadre is on. And I see a drone over there behind the wall. And then we got a Fire Warrior team, strike team over here.
Fire Warrior strike team and a unit of Pathfinders.
Pathfinders are behind the cliff. So they're trying to head us off at the pass. And Bob's going to get into his shooting right now. So we got turn 1 for the... Alright, so turn 1, the Tau did some, a little bit of damage. They came on, and now the firebacks. We had this Sentinel came on from this side, outflanked, killed 1 strike team guy. These Sentinels came on from this side, outflanked, killed what I killed 1 Pathfinder. You made your cover saves, and the Riptide took some damage from the Exterminator. Took two hit points of damage. And the HQ tank commander fired at the Storm Surge with his weapons. And Bob made all of the stim saves. It was either stim or cover. And saved all the Vanquisher and las cannon rounds. The Storm Surge... the Storm Lord fired at the Storm Surge with its Vulcan Mega Bolter. And again, either the stim injectors kicked in if there was a wound, or the cover helped out. So no wounds on him from the Vulcan Mega Bolter or the las cannons from the Super Heavy.
All of these dice are going away.
And the Riptide from the Hunter Cadre took 2 wounds from the other vehicles. Everything else moved flat out, or as far as it could. These guys got an extra move because they were out of range.
Like almost every save.
The Hellhound moved flat out, and the Chimera moved flat out up the side.
I just made every save.
And this Lehman Russ battle tank could not fire, so he moved flat out also. So that's it for that, and we're going on to POW turn 2. Alright, so we're at turn 2 here. We're at the end of the phase. Bob is just doing his jump moves for all of his jetpack guys. So the Eradicator was destroyed by the stealth Ghost Keels. They came in and get to shoot at that rear armor, so everything went right to the weak points in the armor and exploded it. The big guy, Storm Surge, dropped some, finished off the Ogrins. He used his cluster rocket pods the first turn and weakened me. I tried to get into cover here, and then the cluster rocket pods again just got me, so the Ogrin is dead and the Priest is dead, so they're gone. The Riptide from the Hunter Cadre annihilated the 3 Sentinel squad over there. They're gone. And this Fire Warrior strike team over here opened fire with double tap strength 5s and whole pointed this guy out, so he became wrecked. And I think the Chimera was smacked in the back by the stealths that came on from reserve. This is the Riptide wing over here came on from this side from reserve. We rolled, rolling randomly, and these stealths came on here and did 2 whole points of damage and shook the Chimera. This Devilfish squad came on, some strike teams, the guys in there. I already mentioned the Ghost Keels. The commander came on with his drones, and also some marker drones came on. They had lit up the Eradicator, so there was no cover. That's why that thing went down pretty quick. And now he's just finishing up some of those jump moves, and that's it. So the fusion gun over here, fusion gun, because they're within 6 inches of each other, increases their ballistic skill. And we got a penetration with one of the fusions, but luckily the Stormlord escaped more damage. All these fusions were not; they were rolling 1s for the rest of their turn. Not good. So the tank commander took a whole point of damage from a fusion. The super heavy took 3 whole points of damage, down to 6.
Okay.
And my exterminator took a whole point of damage, and my Hellhound escaped for this turn. And the battle cannon still has that 1 whole point. So the only thing I can't move or shoot is this. Can't shoot is this Chimera. It will be able to move. And everything else is functioning except for the things that got destroyed. So first blood goes to the Tau. And I think all the jump moves are done, so we're going to go on and see what the Astra Militarum can do to get off the board here, try to escape this ambush. Alright, the battle cannon moved up and turned its turret around to try to get a fire on the stealths, but massive scatter almost hit my Warlord with a battle cannon shot, but we were able to finish him off with... Unfortunately, these veterans that came out, they all missed. Lots of 1s to wound or to hit. The lasgun arrays actually did kill 2 stealths from the vehicle, and then the heavy flamer was in range of the last 2 and killed them. Both failed their 3-up armor save. We fired melta guns at this from inside here. The platoon command is in there and did a wound. And the rockets fired, but he made his saves. And then my rockets fired over there at the Devilfish, and it made its cover saves.
We saw how many times I've had to look something up.
And the last cannon also fired over there, made its cover save. So there was no damage to that Devilfish, and this last cannon tried to fire across the way at that Devilfish with no effect. These tanks pivoted around and had used their tank order to split fire. But the melters were ineffective, no damage, and then the heavy bolters got some wounds but made all its saves, and both of my Vanquisher cannons were ineffective. So no damage to these Riptides except for the platoon's melta gun shot on this one guy. So they're at full strength. This guy moved up, his scatter went wildly off the table with the blast. The flamer from the Hellhound did take out 2 of the stealth ghost kill drones.
Or heroic Terminator.
And the exterminator was the hero of the turn. Wiped out the marker drones, all 8, with its autocannon and heavy bolter fire, combined fire. But we did not put any more pressure on. Oh, we did. We the Vulcan mega, the Vulcan mega cannon stayed still. So rapid double tap, right? And how many we did? 5 wounds. Lots of wounds.
What's that?
Lots of failed cover saves. The Riptide is still okay, but everything is still functioning, but somewhat wounded. So we're going to see the Tau. They have 2 more squads that are still in reserve, right? One more squad still in reserve. We're going to. All right, big.
I still got the assault over there, Joe.
All right, well we'll do that. So we'll do this all. Big turn events here. The fusions.
Yeah.
Went right down the line. Boom, boom, boom. Got to the 3rd guy, and
Well, I was also
this went catastrophic. It did not scatter, but all 36 out of 37 guys inside were wounded. He survived. One trooper, and he's not pinned.
Bob.
So he's okay somehow, but everybody else is dead.
They're Lords of War,
The
right?
fusions from this
I
one
don't know.
did a little 1 point of damage, but then the biggest problem was these ghost keels. The ghost keels fired through, hitting my squadron, and did just enough
Because he took one and then allied.
ignores cover glances and penetrations to destroy the entire unit. So they're gone.
But
Slay the Warlord.
There is a knight only army. But
This
not
was
these
popped
knights. The
by
Fortune Knights have to be
rockets
Lords of
from the
War.
Storm Surge.
The guy had 2 Fortune Knights.
So this was had only had 1 whole point remaining. It's dead.
Detachments is
The
Lords
The
of
Hellhound escaped. It made its cover saves against everything. The Chimera with the veterans was, here's the rinse and repeat here. That's one squad that was still out, reserve, just like the other one. Stealths came on, shot the rear,
Now, if they
wrecked
weren't
the
doing-
Chimera. The
they
guys
were
spilled
doing
out,
on the list where
but
I'm
then
bound,
this
then it doesn't matter.
Well, it had to have been on
squad
the-
came up
the one that had the-
and was able to fire and mowed down everybody. There was a couple guys hidden from the tank on this side.
Well, I mean, like, I could take
And then
42
the
in one of my detachments.
Storm Surge all the way over there opened up with its rocket clusters.
Like, that
18
could be-
shots.
Yeah.
Came down, and no more veterans. So they're all gone. They all failed their cover saves, and they're wiped out.
Yeah.
So I have 1 vehicle left here, this battle tank. We're going to resolve this assault with the commander against my exterminator,
Killed them.
and I have a Hellhound left.
No, they're just,
So
Derek, my guy.
guard is looking thin right now. We got to try to punch through with what we got left
No.
and see if we can survive. So we're going to go to the assault right now. Alright, the combat, nothing happened with the combat, so I was able to drive away in my turn. The
These guys are
fast Hellhound moved 12 inches, did a power skid to get back to back with the exterminator.
Go after that.
The battle tank thought he was going to be able to wipe out this squad of Pathfinders, but my template rolled a lot of 1s when I hit. I hit 4, but rolled 3 1s. Then he made his cover save. And the heavy bolters, he made cover saves. But then the exterminator opened up and was able to kill everybody. So they're all gone with the heavy stubbers and the heavy bolters.
Dreadnought? Okay.
And the flamer did nothing. I tried to do the torrent flame across the ghost kill squad with the shields, but no effect, no damage. And the one guy, he's still trying to get himself dug out from all the bodies. He moved 1 inch. Rapid fired his las gun at the guy that destroyed his tank and could not wound.
3.
And that's it. So I got 3 tanks. We're trying to get off the board here. I got this battle tank. We're close. Alright, you can see. We're right, almost at the edge here. Looks like about 18 inches away. But now the Tau are going to get to fire. So if we can survive some of this firepower, we might be alright. Get 1 or 2 guys through here. Alright, so let's go through the recap Tau. I think it was turn 4 though, we said, right? We were at the top of turn 4, not turn 5. So this guy came in with his fusion and rolled up and wrecked the Lehman Russ battle tank that was trying to make a break for it for the edge of the board right there. And the Hellhound got shot up by both Ghost Keels, that squadron. And all those rounds going into the rear armor. The whole pointed that out, so he's a wreck. But the Lehman Russ Exterminator survived the shot from the big guy, the Storm Surge, survived the assault and the fusion shot from the commander. Bob's doing all his jump moves right now, so I got one tank left. It is shaken, it can move, but it can only snap shoot its firing. But I think we're going to try to ram that devilfish out of the way. So we're going to look up that rule and see how that works. Alright, so bottom of turn 4 for the Astra Militarum, trying to escape this ambush, very deadly ambush by the Tau. Alright, so it's desperate times for the Astra Militarum tank. He's the only survivor so far from this ambush. He put the throttle down, rammed the back of the devilfish, did a whole point of damage to it, and then opened fire with its snap shooting guns into the rear and wrecked the devilfish. So 5 guys spilled out, and we just gotta roll to see if they're pinned, Bob, those guys. And now it's going to be Tau's turn 5. Just roll to see if they're pinned from the wreck. They're okay. Alright, so Tau turn 5. I got one vehicle left. Let's see if he can survive another round of shooting. He's been good so far. Alright, the Ghost Keels were able to finish the job. So the Lehman Russ Exterminator, hull pointed out, becomes a wreck. And I had forgot about Trooper Lenny over here, and Bob said that the Tau are going to ignore him.
Only 2?
He's under the bodies. He's the lone survivor of the ambush. Somebody's always got to be able to tell the tale, right?
That's it.
So he's the lone survivor. One trooper under the bodies from the wreck of the Super Heavy. So this was a Tau ambush of epic proportions. Wiped out the armored company. And major victory for the Tau on this one. So this will end the Planetstrike portion of the campaign. So the XENOS have got a good foothold on the planet now. The Guard have given ground. And we'll be going to the next stage of the campaign, which will be the Seize and Destroy missions. Trying to punch through the defenses now that are going to be around our most populated areas. So these were mostly battles outside in the peripheries. And
rocket launcher.
the next series of battles will be a lot more stronger fortifications that will be hopefully stop this XENOS invasion as they try to take over these frontier worlds while the fall of Cadre is happening.
Yeah, they get run over.
Alright. So this is Bellport Battle Bunker. Stay tuned for the second part of the campaign. Planetary Onslaught.
But I think you safely
Tau victory.
You don't get that for a
XENOS.
vehicle.
yeah.